he had the boot on. He had a huge tilt, 13 millimeter high on the right. Now he's balanced. This is a big change. This is Bob. We'll call him Bob. So he came in a little over a year ago. He came in because the rest of his family was coming. His wife and his children were coming for a while, and his wife finally said, you know what, just come in. She knew how important it was for him to get adjusted. These are the old ones. This is the new ones. So this is the one where you open up your mouth, right? We're looking for that rotation of that C2. So even though, like you said, he was asymptomatic when he came in, he still has some misalignments in the spine. This C2 was rotated this way, right? That's important because any kind of rotation is putting pressure on the brainstem. So we want to rotate that back. So that was April of 2025, and this was taken just last week or a couple weeks ago, right? So the rotation's completely gone. Think he's a little healthier because of that? When he first came in, we have a slight tilt going off to the left, a little bit of a deviation going. It's a little bit better now than where it was before. This is from the side view of his neck. We had a forward head posture of 43 millimeters. The further forward your head is, the more stress it puts on the spine. So imagine if you hold a bowling ball straight up and down, it's pretty easy. Start bringing it out further and further, it's putting more stress into the spine. And as a result, it starts putting more wear and tear on these joints and on these bones. That's what we're seeing there. So that's where it was before, and this is where it is now. It went a little further, very common. Now he said he didn't get exercises, but I did confirm that he did get exercises. So we will talk about that on his re-exam or on his progress report. But ideally, we want this to be as close to zero as possible, right? Because again, the further forward it is, the more pressure it puts on the spine. And we definitely want a curve in there, right? The curve serves as a shock absorber. You're walking or running, it's supposed to have that springiness in there, and we've lost that. This is his thoracic spine. It's about not much change in the thoracic spine. This is where the curve should be, and I don't know why it's not lined out, but he did have some loss of that curve in there. This is where his spine really is, and it's about the same as where it was before. This is a big change. Now this is why his wife wanted him to come in. He had the boot on. He had a huge tilt, 13 millimeter high on the right. Now he's balanced. Now, what do you think would happen? What happened if he wasn't under care while he had the boot on? What do you think would have happened? How important? So I mean, patients will have. Well, I had a foot surgery. Or I had some kind of procedure done on my foot. I have this boot on. I'm not going to come in. No, you got to come in because of this. Because over time, the body has memory. The body's going to adapt to whatever stress you place on it, right? So over time, it's going to stay like this. So more than likely, he had the pelvic unleveling already anyway, before the boot. Side view of the low back, again, improvement. This is center of gravity, right? We want this to be in the front of the sacral. Before he had, his center of gravity was near the back of the sacrum. Now we're near the front, so it's again a lot better. And as a result, I mean, you know, we talk about, you hear the word arthritis and degeneration and degenerative disc disease. It's due to, you know, misalignments have been there for a long time. Body's adapting. When the body is in better alignment, it slows down that process. Right now, you know, he came in asymptomatic, and he's been with us for a little over a year. Now he wants to kind of do maintenance. He understands the importance of chiropractic, so he wants to continue to maintain. He hasn't seen these new X-rays. He hasn't seen these X-rays yet.
All right, he'll be happy with these.
Yeah.